Now on CoastTV News.
Well, we're being greeted by some unwanted temperatures this morning. Wind chills are in the single digits. Take a look at the temperatures back off to the west. Those are below zero temperatures. We're going to talk about some cold mornings ahead. I'll let you know when this Arctic air breaks and some sneaky snow chances as well coming up.
Delaware Inauguration Day, what's on tap today for Matt Meyer and what he's promising in becoming the state's 76th governor.
All right, we heard about those cold morning conditions. We'll tell you how it feels outside and how to prepare to face those temperatures. Buckeyes best in the land. Ohio State caps off a dominating run through the college football playoffs with a national championship win.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Paige Marley. Thank you for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
A little bit of sadness.
Yeah.
Also some joy about the future involving our co-anchor Paige, everybody.
No, definitely. If you watch Coast Life, you already know. But if you're only up with us in the mornings, we haven't told you yet. But yeah, my last day with Coast TV. I cannot believe it.
I can't either.
5.5 years strong.
You and I,
yeah.
2 years on this one.
I know, time flies. So yeah, going to be moving out of state, so very excited for that. But yeah, last day, so hopefully we'll make it a good newscast and I won't mess up a lot.
Hopefully, I'm trying to keep the tears back.
Yeah,
folks.
I already told Matt, it's an Irish goodbye later. I'm just going to see ya, everyone. But we still have a couple hours to go. So we're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono right now in for Bob. Chris, good morning.
And well, Paige, I tried to bring you some warmer weather, but not happening today. Look at these temperatures out there. These are temperatures in the teens, but more importantly, it feels like 9 in Bethany Beach, feels like 4 in Ocean City, and we're going to continue to deal with these single-digit wind chills at least through the morning. But it's not going to feel any better by the afternoon. It's going to feel like the teens. So you're going to need layers, your hats, your gloves this morning, and preferably a warm beverage. We have that Arctic high virtually over Delmarva, keeping us locked into this Arctic air. Cold weather advisory continues through Sussex and Kent County. That's through noon tomorrow. And then further to the south, Dorchester, Somerset, Wacomico, and Worcester. That is up through 10 a.m. That is for those wind chill indices. And we're between about 0 to -5. Tracking a chance of some light snow tonight. Confined to the coast, could see a quick dusting tonight, and then those dangerous wind chills as we go into tomorrow morning, 0 to -6, and we finally break this Arctic streak, and we'll get above the freezing mark later on in the week. We'll track the light snow tonight and those dangerous wind chills coming up in the full 7-day forecast here in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Chris. As we just heard, the conditions outside are frigid, so you're going to want to layer up today. Over the weekend, we saw a lot of that snow melt because, well, temperatures actually got into the 40s. But now, most of the snow that melted, that has turned to ice. We're seeing some of that right there. So as you're heading out on your daily commute, be sure to drive cautiously and dress for the weather. We'll hear more from 2 people in our area and how they prepare to weather these temperatures later on Coast TV News Today.
We're now taking a live look at Delaware's capital city, and it's near here in just a few hours. The inauguration of Delaware's 76th governor will take place. In taking office, Meyer is the 6th Democrat in a row to hold Delaware's top executive position. Due to John Carney's resignation earlier this month, Meyer also becomes the state's 3rd governor, actually in just 3 weeks. The former Newcastle County executive won a heated Democratic primary over the woman who will not be replacing. That's Bethany Hall Long. It paved the way for an easy win in November general election. Weeks before taking office, here's what Meyer promised to Delawareans.
Regardless of who you support, I want you to know that in the Meyer administration and in Governor Meyer, you're going to have someone that protects you, that protects fundamental freedoms, that protects women's reproductive rights.
And with the cold conditions expected today, some changes have been made for the inauguration. This was originally scheduled to be outdoors. Now it'll move inside. On your screen are the events for the inauguration. Meyer will be sworn in this morning at Legislative Hall in Dover. And then later tonight, Meyer will appear at the inaugural ball at 7 in Wilmington. That'll be at the Grand Opera House.
We're now going to take a live look at the White House. After a day of inaugural festivities, very busy day, President Trump getting down to business, fulfilling campaign promises already. And this includes pardoning about 1,500 criminal defendants charged in the January 6th attack on the Capitol and several executive orders already taking aim at the southern border and energy regulations.
NBC's Chris Pallone shows us how he plans to begin his first full day in office.
As the new president danced and celebrated his inauguration with supporters in Washington.
This is going to be the dawn of the golden age of America.
Some 1,500 January 6th defendants celebrated their legal slates being wiped clean. As one of his first official acts, President Trump pardoned and commuted the sentences of everyone charged with crimes related to the January 6th insurrection, one cutting his ankle monitor off after getting word the new president, who campaigned on bringing law and order back to American cities, absolved him with the stroke of a pen.
This is January 6th. These are the hostages.
But they weren't hostages. They were people who were found guilty by a judge or jury or pled guilty to crimes committed as a pro-Trump mob stormed the Capitol to stop the certification of the 2020 election. One Trump official posting a picture of two brothers after being released from a Washington jail pled guilty to felony assault charges just days ago. It was one of dozens of executive orders and actions President Trump signed in his first hours back in office, many focusing on immigration and border security.
This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship.
President signing an order denying U.S. citizenship for children born in the U.S. to undocumented parents, a right guaranteed in the Constitution, an order sure to face legal challenges.
We'll see. We think we have very good grounds.
Sir,
People have wanted to do this for decades.
It came after an inauguration ceremony unlike anyone had seen in decades.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
With the swearing-in ceremony being held indoors because of cold temperatures and the inaugural parade marching through a nearby arena.
Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback.
Day one of an already record-breaking return to power. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
And Delaware Senator Chris Coons released a statement on the second inauguration of President Trump, saying in part, if President Trump acts in the best interest of the American people, I will work with him constructively. When he does not, I will oppose him, end quote. Senator Coons also spoke on President Biden departing Washington, saying, quote, Delaware stands ready to welcome you home, end quote.
And new this morning, just hours before leaving office, Biden issued more pardons, some to his very own family members. Happening Monday, Biden pardoned his siblings and their spouses due to what he said was, quote, unrelenting attacks and threats. And now, according to Biden, the move was sparked by his belief that there is, quote, no reason to believe these attacks will end. Biden also pardoned Dr. Anthony Fauci and members of the House committee that investigated the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
Happening tonight, two proposed fast food restaurants front and center for Milton's Planning and Zoning Commission. Both would be in the 400 block of Broadkill Road. Dunkin' Donuts is seeking a preliminary site plan approval, and this includes lighting, landscape, and signage. There will be a public hearing for a Dairy Queen to be built in that same area. And it was last month that McDonald's opened its restaurant on Broadkill Road. If you're familiar with Milton, this is all in the area of the shopping center with the Food Lion and the Walgreens.
Also happening today, DelDOT looking for some public input on their plans to improve biking and walking in Georgetown. Attendees can review some project materials and ask questions at a public workshop that's from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Georgetown Public Library. Those who cannot attend can still share their opinions by mailing or emailing DelDOT. All comments are welcome before that final decision is made.
Developing news in Lewis says the city is looking to bring in more money by having you pay more to park during the summer season. The city's finance committee is recommending to the council these proposed changes. Create a permit system for all non-metered areas. People living in Lewis will get permits at a discounted rate of $100 and raise meters from $2.50 to $3.50 per hour. The committee says these recommendations come from the results of a comprehensive study and community input.
In Bethany Beach, the town's finance committee says raising parking prices from $3 to $3.50 an hour would bring in an additional over $600,000. Money the committee says the town needs to even out their summer expenses. CoastTV spoke with a member of the finance committee. We were told the idea of raising parking still has to go through multiple finance meetings, then eventually town council before any fee changes are made.
In a game where the score was closer than what actually occurred on the field, Ohio State wins the national championship game Monday night against Notre Dame. Quinshon Judkins rushed for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. This is the Buckeyes' 6th national title. in program history.
All right, we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Now, coming up, Ocean City is celebrating its 150-year anniversary all year long. Now, businesses say the festivities are helping them in the off-season.
Also, Arctic blast bringing some worry how one local is preparing for the impact of these cold conditions along the coast.
But first, push for more police in Ocean City. Why the town is struggling to fill positions, all that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, why it's never too early to get your pool sparkling clean for summer. Plus, the great January debate. Is it the season for romance or self-love? Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Ordered now.
She was going to advance the money for the diamonds, which she advanced.
She was nagging me and asking for money.
You got paid, plus profit on the diamonds.
Next, Judge Judy.
Tuesday at 2 on Coast TV.
Well, keeping warm is the order of duty this morning. It feels like 9 in Bethany Beach, feels like 4 in Ocean City. We're going to be dealing with these bitterly cold wind chills for the next few morning with the core of this Arctic air rolling in tomorrow morning, where we'll see wind chills anywhere between 0 to -5. Frostbite can occur in nearly 30 minutes, so cover any exposed skin and, of course, layer up and protect those pets as well. So you're going to need the winter coats certainly today. Plenty of layers. We're going to get those temperatures up around the lower 20s, upper teens, but it's going to feel like the teens for most of the day, and it gets worse tonight. We'll talk about a little nuisance snow for coastal areas tonight. I'll talk more about that coming up. My full forecast in just a few minutes.
Developing news in Ocean City now. The police department there saying that they have positions to fill and they need to do it fast. At a recent police commission meeting, we learned that applicants are struggling to get through the background process. With about 20 positions to fill, people who live in Ocean City think more has to be done to fill those spots before the busy season.
Well, I think part of it is budget. They may not be able to be as competitive as other jurisdictions. And maybe a lot of people don't want to live on the Eastern Shore.
Ocean City documents show negotiations for a new contract for police are currently being discussed with a March 1st deadline.
President Donald Trump signed an executive order Monday that delays enforcement of the TikTok ban for 75 days. The ban went into effect Sunday, and TikTok went dark for several hours beginning late Saturday night. The video sharing platform then came back online Sunday after Trump promised to issue an extension. The law banning the app, however, that's still in effect. The executive order only delays enforcement of it.
Nothing But Cakes will soon require stores to be open on Sundays. Nothing But Cakes said it would consider exceptions for stores open longer than 6 months. However, so far, store owners say requests for exceptions have been ignored or not granted. New franchise contracts include this new rule.
I love that place. Sounds good to me. All right, still ahead this morning, Arctic blast brings some worry. How to stay most informed on protecting yourself and your belongings as more cold weather heads our way.
Yeah, and this is the coldest stretch of weather we have seen so far this winter. We're going to be dealing with sub-freezing, sub-zero wind chills here over the next few mornings, especially tomorrow morning. I'll talk about how long this Arctic air sticks around in my full 7-day forecast when Coast TV News Today continues.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
Coaches make a difference for their athletes and communities, and we want to honor them.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and donate $500 to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an additional donation to their program.
The coach can be from any sport at any level up to and including high school.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
Delmarva Sports Network's Coach Who Makes a Difference. Sponsored by Preston Automotive Group.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
I'm very passionate in what I do. I care about what I do. I try to be perfect. I know it's not, you can't be perfect, especially with weather. You have the challenge of the ocean being so close, and that poses a challenge in the winter when we get snowstorms. What direction the wind's blowing, that's going to play a role in, who sees snow. Do the best you can to keep the public in the safest position you possibly can.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Time is 5:17, and we are getting a live look at the bright lights of Salisbury on this Tuesday morning. Chris, I'm invoking that old Johnny Carson bit from The Tonight Show. How cold is it?
Well, it is cold this morning. In fact, take a look at these temperatures across the lower 48. This Arctic air means business all the way down to Houston. You got to go down to Miami. Look, 60 degrees, and even for them, they would say that's chilly. But this Arctic air mass is in full play, and it's going to be with us here for the next few days as we see the core of this Arctic air settle over Delmarva. 15 right now in Bethany Beach, but more importantly, the wind chills. You're going to be hearing a lot about that here over the next 24 to 48 hours. Feels like 8 in Bethany Beach and 5 in Ocean City. Now, we have those cold weather advisories for Kent, Sussex County for till noon tomorrow, specifically for the fact that we're going to see wind chills anywhere between 0 to -6 at times, and that advisory extends southward as well. We also have freezing spray advisories for coastal areas due in part with the wind. You can get some ice accretion along the docks as well as vessels, so keep that in mind, and that is up for the bayside as well through 10 a.m. There's the Arctic high, virtually right over the mid-Atlantic, and look at this storm system. This Arctic air going over the coast, this is going to be, you hear the term once-in-a-lifetime storm, 100-year storm. This is going to be quite the storm for the southeast. As there's those areas, look at the winter storm warnings. Look at these warnings extending all the way across the deep south, including the panhandle of Florida. That system is going to produce some accumulating snow in those areas. For us, we are just cloudy and cold today with temperatures getting into the lower 20s, feeling like the teens for most of the day. We'll see 24 in Salisbury this afternoon. The wind chills, as I mentioned, the teens, with the core of those wind chills coming in tomorrow morning, feeling anywhere between about 0 to -5. And then by Thursday morning, we're still dealing with some single-digit wind chills, and then we'll see temperatures finally begin to break. So Futurecast shows the cloudy skies through the afternoon. Now, as we go into about 8, 9 o'clock, notice how some snow begins to creep into places like Dewey Beach, down through Bethany, Ocean City, but doesn't go as far north as that. And it just kind of confined to the coast from Rehoboth. And we're only talking about say between about 8 and midnight, and then that area kind of sinks to the south and skies clear. So a very confined light snow this evening, and then we're going to see plenty of sunshine as we go into the day tomorrow. So really could see maybe a dusting because it's so cold. Maybe an inch we could squeeze out from Ocean City down through Chickateague, but that's about it. And we'll see clearing skies through the overnight. 22 today, mostly cloudy. 9 overnight with that light snow at the coast. Wind chills anywhere from 0 to -6. Tomorrow, barely getting to 20 with those wind chills anywhere from 0 to 13. Donna Shepard of Milton, Delaware, you're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. Finally get above the freezing mark, I think, on Thursday. Friday, nice day, but still on the cold side. And then not too bad of a weekend. We're back up to 47 on Sunday with a chance of rain by Monday.
Thank you, Chris. As we just heard, and as many of you are probably experiencing, we are dealing with some serious cold conditions. Thanks to that blast of Arctic air, people on the coast are finding different ways to stay warm and prepared for the winter conditions. However, one woman we spoke with isn't worried about herself. She's also worried about taking care of her car.
Well, it has definitely been a very cold winter. A lot of ice hitting on the cars. It's good to actually put something on it beforehand so it helps you a lot better when it does get really bad. But it's been cold, freezing.
Oh, yes, it has. And for more on the weather and these cold temperatures, visit CoastTV.com or download the First Alert Weather app on your phone here for the most up-to-date information.
And all of this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know which job would be the hardest to do in this cold. Ooh, good
yeah,
one.
these choices, these are tough ones to just pick one. I think all would be challenging. You got trash pickup there. You got the watermen on the bays getting the oysters and the crabs and things like that. 38% for them, 33% construction workers. Road crews, I think any one of them are challenging in these cold conditions.
Yeah.
If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttvnews.com or our mobile app.
All right, coming up on Coast TV News today, Ocean City celebrating a 150-year anniversary. We're going to tell you what deals and events you can expect right now. Don't go anywhere.
Don't miss the 42nd Annual Seaside Boat Show February 14th through the 16th at the Ocean City Convention Center. The show that works for kids. Sponsored by the Ocean City Berlin Optimist Club. With over 300 boats and 140 vendors. See the new lines of boats and the latest in marine engines, electronics, and accessories. North Bay Marina is donating a Sweetwater pontoon boat with a Honda motor. So come on out to the #1 indoor boat show on the Eastern Shore, the Seaside Boat Show.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand vac for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com now.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
150 years of Ocean City has begun. In January alone, the Ocean City Convention Center will be holding multiple events, including their 3rd annual Dream Fest, featuring 4 diverse performances. Outside the center, the town is teaming up with businesses to include deals for shoppers. Bayside Skillet currently doing a gift card deal you can receive in person or online for the month of January. The general manager says this all helps them during the off-season.
Every little bit helps, and again, it's just reinforcing. Bayside Skillet as a place to be and come to in Ocean City for 50 years, maybe 50 years more.
And with all the events and deals happening right now, the town also says you can expect a lot more of these to happen all throughout the celebration year.
We are joined again by First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. He's in for Bob today, and I'm sure there's going to be a brave soul or two out there, but I just don't think this is a nice day for a stroll on the beach. Color me crazy, Paige.
No, I agree.
Yeah, no, I mean, people like the cold. There's some people that do like the cold out there, and we are going to see a lot of clouds today, in fact. So that, in turn with the cold, yeah, it's going to be pretty nasty. In fact, places like Ocean City and Fenwick Island, as we get into about 8, 9 o'clock tonight, could see a little light snow develop as well. So we're going to continue to follow that, making our way up the coast into Rehoboth and Lewis. Yeah, only the lower 20s today. Feeling, though, like the teens for most of the day with the wind chill. Over in the Bayside, not any better. We're going to see temperature around 21 by around noon, 23 in Crisfield. Again, feeling like the teens. And it gets worse tonight as the wind chills are going to be dipping below 0 for many of us. We'll talk more about that, as well as that pesky little snow chance I mentioned along the coast. I'll detail what that means for those areas and when this Arctic air will finally be out of here in my full forecast.
All right, Chris, thank you. Coming up after the break, Trump on offshore wind. We're going to tell you about the executive orders that could impact the Eastern Shore.
Also, Matt Meyer moves in. We'll tell you the plans as Delaware prepares to welcome its next governor.
And conquering the cold, how to prepare to face the conditions as temperatures continue to drop. We'll be right back.
It's been a tough year, but we couldn't be more thankful.
Yeah, with your help, we've raised more than $350,000 for Bless Our Children.
Hey everyone, Elisa Titus here, Director of Marketing for Shell Brothers. We'd like to thank all the businesses, individuals, groups, and associations who donated $1,000 or more to the Bless Our Children campaign this Christmas. It means so much to our local community.
Your generosity allowed us to give holiday funds to local charitable organizations on Delmarva. You can feel proud that you helped make the season brighter for many local families on the peninsula.
On behalf of WBOC, Coast TV, DSN, and Shell Brothers, a heartfelt thank you to you all. Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. You can get your Paisano pizza oven for just 3 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free.
Call 1-800-608-5198 or order online at buypaisano.com.
When the temperature drops and the days get shorter, the energy ignites inside. This winter, the Delmarva Sports Network takes you into the thrilling world of high school wrestling. Watch the peninsula's best athletes battle on the mats, from takedowns to game-winning pins. Download the DSN app now and never miss a moment. This winter, it's all about high school wrestling, only on DSN and DSN Plus.
Have fun and enjoy Delmarva's coast with Petey the Peacock, sharing joy coast-wide. Know where he's going to be next and get his free coloring book at peteythepeacock.com. Sponsored by Tidal Health.
Now on Coast TV News.
Well, we are in the teens for the entire Delmarva Peninsula. Bitter wind chills are greeting us as well, and it gets even worse, believe it or not. We're tracking wind chills dipping as low as below 0 tonight, and then a little pesky snow chance as well. My full forecast is coming up in minutes.
Next, we're going to stay on this theme. We're going to tell you how it feels outside and how people on Delmarva are bundling up to conquer that cold.
Predictable policies. Delaware is getting a new governor. Why we should expect more of the same from Matt Meyer and his agenda.
More options in Milton. With its growth, we look at the plans to bring fast food businesses to the town.
This is Coast TV News Today.
January 21st, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Time is 5:29. It seems like this is inauguration week.
Yeah.
We had Donald Trump, President, U.S., yesterday,
Yep.
and today, about 4 hours from now, we're going to get a new governor in Delaware.
Yeah, definitely. I know yesterday talking about inauguration, I feel like I had to keep explaining which one I was talking about. You know,
Right.
presidential, the governor. So now that one's behind us, now we can focus on this one. So yeah, an exciting time, really busy week, all things considered here on Delmarva. But also you're probably thinking of the weather. So we're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. Chris, you've been busy too, tracking these cold temps.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse, right? We could be talking about a foot of snow again, right? But it is pretty bad out there as far as the wind chills are concerned. Take a look at these air temperatures. It's -1 in Harrisburg, 9 Winchester, 3 in Charleston. Right here on Delmarva, we are in the teens. 14 in Rehoboth, we're at 13 in Seaford, and 14 in Salisbury. But it feels like 7 in Milton. It feels like 8 in Bethany Beach, and it feels like 4 degrees in Ocean City. So you're going to need to layer up the heavy coat, the warm beverage, the hats and the gloves, the whole 9 yards, as we're going to be seeing those temperatures not get out of the upper teens to lower 20s today as Arctic high pressure settles in. That's why the National Weather Service has that cold weather advisory up for Sussex and Kent County through noon tomorrow for the fact that we're going to be dealing with those bone-chilling wind chills anywhere between about 0 to as low as -6. Also, a little pesky little light snow is possible for our coastal areas tonight, and then those sub-zero wind chills for tomorrow morning, as the worst of the cold looks to be tomorrow, and then we'll begin to see temperatures moderate as we push through the end of the week. So starting off in the teens, feeling like the single digits here through the 10 a.m. hour. By noon, 21, but feeling like 12, and then as we go into the evening hours, still feeling like the teens, and as I mentioned, through the overnight, it gets even worse with those wind chills falling as low as 0 to -6 in some locations. We'll talk more, though, about that light snow along the coast tonight, and when we may see the return of 40-degree temperatures coming up in that 7-day forecast.
And as Chris mentioned, temperatures outside frigid, so you're going to want to wear a lot of layers today. Now, over the weekend, we saw a lot of that snow melt because it was in the 40s, but everything that melted has now turned to ice. So we spoke with people on the coast about how they're managing during this time of year with low temperatures.
We wait until it's a little bit warmer in the day, check the temperatures to see when we can go out, and make sure we have our scarves on and our heated jackets, and he has actually a heated hat and heated gloves. And send them out that way with the dog.
Good idea. This morning, be sure to give your car plenty of time to warm up. These temperatures can be pretty rough on your vehicle.
You're looking live now at Dover, Delaware's capital city. At 9:30 this morning, the inauguration of Delaware's 76th governor will take place. And Delaware will have that new governor. However, by being the 6th straight Democrat to hold this office, Matt Meyer is promising many of the same progressive policies touted by his predecessors. The former Newcastle County executive won a heated Democratic primary over the woman he will replace, Bethany Hall Long. This paved the way for an easy win in November's general election. Now, one of those progressive policies high on his agenda, moving away from traditional energy sources.
For me, the biggest issue is that you want to make sure that those using fossil fuels are paying for the actual cost of those fossil fuels. There's a tremendous cost to the environment and to our communities of using fossil fuels. You want to make sure those costs are incorporated in the cost of the products.
And Meyer's policies, big contrast with the new president of the United States, Donald Trump, is promising increasing the use of fossil fuels by slashing air and water regulations in his second term.
Today is President Donald Trump's first full day back in office, and he's wasting no time reshaping the country, taking dozens of actions on Monday. With executive orders, he's declaring a national emergency at our southern border, effectively shutting down asylum seeking there and limiting the constitutional right at citizenship at birth. He's also trying to delay a TikTok ban. Trump's removing the U.S. from the Paris Climate Agreement and the World Health Organization.
Revoked nearly 80 destructive and radical executive actions of the previous administration.
Experts say some of Trump's moves are likely to face some legal challenges. The Constitution dictates that people born in the U.S. are citizens.
One of the executive orders Trump signed on Monday was a pause to offshore wind sales. This order puts a pause on all approvals, permits, and loans for offshore wind projects. Now, we have reported extensively on the battle between U.S. Wind and our coastal communities. That's the alternative energy company. Ocean City, along with other towns, are currently suing the federal government over its plans to bring 114 turbines off its coast.
Ocean City police say they have positions to fill and they need to fill them fast. According to a recent police commission meeting, Ocean City police say applicants are struggling to get through the background process.
10 positions are new and still open. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us how police are hoping to hire full-time officers and public safety officers before the summer.
Keeping Ocean City safe. That's the police department's #1 priority year-round. And Joanne Grayson says they do a great job.
I work in a local hotel, and a few times we've needed, they have been responsive. They've been there. It hasn't been an issue.
According to a report given to the police commission, arrests have gone down significantly in 2024, with only 58 arrests this year. While crime seems to be down, recruitment has been a long-lasting issue. According to the Ocean City Council, they budgeted for 130 different full-time officers, but according to the department, they currently only have 109 of those filled, and they're looking to fill the rest. In the hopes of recruiting more officers, police recently moved their hiring process online, giving them the ability to apply in the comfort of their own homes. But according to the department, the biggest issue being faced is getting the applicants through the background process. With about 20 positions to fill, Grayson thinks more has to be done to fill those spots before the busy season.
Well, I think part of it is budget. They may not be able to be as competitive as other jurisdictions. And maybe a lot of people don't want to live on the Eastern Shore.
According to the minutes released on the police commission meeting, when the commission asked if the pay was acceptable for officers, the city manager and police command staff deferred this question due to ongoing negotiations.
Ocean City documents show negotiations for a new contract for police are currently being discussed, with that deadline being March 1st.
New this morning, the latest in expanding food options in Milton. After that McDonald's opened last month in town, 2 more fast food chains could soon be its neighbors. The 2 would be in the 400 block of Broadkill Road. Dunkin' Donuts is seeking preliminary site plan approval, including lighting, landscaping, signage. There will also be a public hearing at tonight's Planning and Zoning Commission for a Dairy Queen that would be built in that same area.
Happening this morning, work on the fiscal year 2026 budget in Selbyville. The 2025 budget projected over $9.5 million in expenses, with nearly half of those related to the town's sewer and water system. It is expected the new fiscal year for Selbyville begins next month.
Also happening today, DelDOT's looking for public input on some plans to improve biking and walking in Georgetown. Attendees can review project material and ask questions at a public workshop from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Georgetown Public Library. Those who can't attend can still share their opinions by mailing or emailing DelDOT. All those comments are welcome before any final decisions are made.
Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up this morning, making meals for those in need. We're going to show you the community impact from the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service at the Milford Food Bank.
Also, seeking end to losing streak. That's what Sussex Tech's boys basketball team attempted to do on the road last night. The promising first half for the Ravens against Cesar Rodney.
But first, preparing for Pocomoke Library, where library services will continue as that building is under construction. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, why it's never too early to get your pool sparkling clean for summer. Plus, the great January debate. Is it the season for romance or self-love? Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's of Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
Do you have stains in your carpet that won't come out? You need Horsepower Bullshot, the all-new hands-free carpet cleaner and deodorizer. Just spray, and the stain and odor go away. Got pet messes? This black light shows a urine stain is gone in just seconds. The advanced foam action formula penetrates deep to emulsify and neutralize stains and odors. It erases blood stains, makeup, juice, coffee, and more. For older and tougher stains, just give it a little rub and watch as Bullshot works its magic. Red wine spills? They're no problem for Bullshot. And watch up close as burnt bacon grease stains are obliterated right before your very eyes. Get Horsepower Bullshot for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get yours. And there's a strict limit of 3 at this low, low price. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com. So call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com now.
Coming up,
it's our cast from Severance.
Drew's got Ben Stiller, Adam Scott, and Britt Lauer.
The show is filled with twists and turns.
They're dishing about the new season.
Tuesday at noon on CoastTV.
Well, I'll tell you, it is unpleasantly cold this morning. Looking live into Dover, where it is 13 degrees. Look at the dew point, 0. Bone dry out there as this Arctic air mass is virtually over the area, but it could be worse, right? Look at this. Back in 1985, we had a record high today of 10 degrees and a record low of 5 below 0. The record high, 68 in 1959. We're at 14 right now as far as feel like temperature in Rehoboth. Feels like 7 in Bethany and feels like 15 in Ocean City. Remember to layer up, cover any exposed skin, especially if you're out for a prolonged period of time. As we go into tonight and into early tomorrow morning, expecting wind chill values anywhere between 0 and -5. You can get frostbite in nearly 30 minutes. So you bundle up, layer up with those gloves and hats as temperatures are going to be getting into the lower 20s today. But as I mentioned, feeling though more like the teens with that wind chill. We'll talk more about some light snow tonight, as well as when this Arctic air will finally break in that 7-day forecast here in a little bit.
Thank you. Happening today in Snow Hill, a groundbreaking ceremony set for the new Pocomoke Branch Library. On your screen, we're going to show you some plans. The new 12,000 square foot facility comes from a collaborative effort between the county commissioners and library officials. During the demolition and construction phases, library services will continue at a temporary location in the renovated firehouse at 5th Street.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. Sussex Tech boys basketball looking to end a 3-game skid while facing Caesar Rodney. To the beginning of the matchup, Ravens up 2-1, but Caden Arazari is able to keep possession and puts the Riders in front by 2. Same side of the court, Kyson Bacon looks like he's going up, but feeds it to Karan Bacon, who gets himself a layup in his 5-2 Riders. On to the other side, now Kyle Thompson goes for the 3, and it hits the rim, but it's Jason Warrington getting the rebound, goes up, gets fouled, and makes the 2. It's 5-4 now after the missed free throw, but Holden Stewart picks it off and goes all the way down for the bucket. Ravens now in front 6-5. Riders looking to respond. They go for the triple, can't bank it in, but Davian Stevenson is there to put the Riders in front 7-6. On to the second quarter, Riders up 8-7. A pass gets picked off, and it's Monk Jones with the layup. Can't roll in, but JT Timmons gets the rebound later on. Tech down 8-10. Kenton James puts up a jumper, and he ties the game at 10 for the Ravens. On to the next play. Check out Karan Bacon as he puts up a deep 3. Nothing but net to retake the lead. Riders looking to make it a 2-score game. Here's Stevenson getting his own rebound. He's got 3 defenders around him, but still makes it in and gets the foul as Caesar Rodney goes on to win over Sussex Tech 51-37. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
Coming up tonight on DSN at 6, live Bayside Conference boys basketball and Y-High takes on Snow Hill. And then at 10:30, tune in for a full recap of all the night's action on the final score. On DSN Plus, along with that Y-High Snow Hill game, here are your DSN Plus exclusives. At 5:45, it's Henlopen Conference boys basketball with Laurel and Woodbridge. At 6, Easiac girls hoops when Delmarva Christian visits Salisbury Christian. And at 6:30, we have more Henlopen Conference boys basketball. Milford welcomes Smyrna to the Pirate Ship.
First, it won 3 Golden Globes, and now it's facing some backlash. David Daniel explains some controversy in today's Hollywood Minute.
It's over!
You can't, sir. You cannot.
Yes, I can!
The Brutalist is under fire for its use of AI. The movie's editor revealed the filmmakers used an artificial intelligence program to make the Hungarian accents of Adrian Brody and Felicity Jones's characters more authentic. Director Brady Corbett defended the film, saying the tech was used to refine certain vowels and letters for accuracy, and that Brody and Jones's performances were all their own. This month, Brody, Corbett, and the film won Golden Globe Awards.
I was sitting at this bar, I put my phone on the table, it gets swiped. These pictures start showing up, tons of selfies of a guy with an orange tree.
When Matt Stapira wrote an article about the strange pictures in his iPhoto stream, it went viral in China. The documentary Brother Orange details how he traveled to China, met the man in the photos, and the pair formed a deep international friendship. Brother Orange is now available on digital and VOD platforms. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We're going to need that hot coffee and that hot chocolate this morning. We're seeing wind chills in the single digits. We're seeing the core of this Arctic air for the next 2 days. I'll talk about how low those temperatures are going to fall, some light snow chances, and when we'll see the 40s make a return to Delmarva when CoastTV News Today continues.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app today.
Dedication, determination, and drive. That's what's needed to be a DSN Scholar Athlete, brought to you by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Each month, we'll award a $1,000 scholarship to a Delmarva senior that excels in the classroom and in sports.
They must have a B average or higher and a drive for good sportsmanship.
Nominate your champion today on the Features tab on DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
The DSN Scholar Athlete, sponsored by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable.
There is no more odor.
You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. All for just 3 easy payments of $43. Call or click right now.
Turn your home into a masterpiece with Artwork Painting. Local professional painters at an affordable price.
Artwork Painting did an excellent job with our house. We were really happy with all of the pieces of work they did, the drywall work, the walls, the trim. I would definitely recommend Artwork Painting for your house.
Artwork Painting treats our customers and their homes with care, delivering quality work and experiences. Call Artwork Painting now for a free same-day estimate. Artwork Painting, keeping Southern Delaware beautiful inside and out.
Time is now 5:47 on your Tuesday. We're going to take a live look right now at Salisbury. Some people up and awake there in Salisbury, Chris, and we know that they probably have the heat turned on in those cars.
Oh, yeah, without question. Even a plus if you have one of those heated seats, they're nice too, right? But I'll tell you what, if you're tired of the cold, you need to go to, I don't know, some tropical island in the Pacific, maybe the Caribbean, because look, you could see the Arctic air mass has a full grip on the lower 48. Look at that, 29 in Houston, minus 18. That's an air temperature in Minneapolis. We're at 14 right now in Rehoboth, 17 in Ocean City, 13 in Seaford. When you factor in the wind chill, well, it feels like 7 Bethany Beach and 5 in Ocean City. And we're going to likely see even worse wind chills come tomorrow morning. That is why the National Weather Service has that cold weather advisory in effect for Kent, Sussex through noon. As we go further to the south, Dorchester, Somerset, Wacomico, and Worcester, that is up through 10 a.m. today. We also have the freezing spray advisories along the coast. Get some ice accretion along vessels, along the docks, so keep that in mind. All byproduct of Arctic air. You can see that Arctic air mass in play, keeping most of the area high and dry, but boy, this system is going to be making headlines here over the next few days. Gulf of Mexico moisture being thrown into this Arctic air. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime storm for many locations across from Houston down to Louisiana. In fact, look at this, a blizzard warning up for Louisiana. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Coastal Louisiana and Texas there. Here, no blizzard, but it is cold. Temperatures rising from the teens into the lower 20s with a lot of cloud cover, a lot of high clouds in play today. Those wind chills in the teens for most of the day as we go into tonight. Early tomorrow morning, feels like 1 in Seaford, 2 in Georgetown, and then by tomorrow afternoon, only feeling like 11 in Georgetown at 2:30 tomorrow morning. And then we'll see temperatures in the teens, and then eventually we'll see some wind chills in the single digits come Thursday morning, and then we'll finally begin to see some warming. Futurecast shows that light snow building into the coastal areas, Dewey Beach down to Ocean City by about 9 o'clock. It's a brief 2-3 hour window. By about 11 o'clock, you can see that area sinking southward. Skies clearing, and that cold air means business into Wednesday. We're looking like the worst of the cold. You can see dusting. Maybe we squeeze out an inch from Ocean City down through Chickadee. This is a system that's confined specifically for the coast. 22 today, 9 overnight, mostly cloudy skies today, and then we're partly cloudy tomorrow with Donna Shepard of Milton, Delaware, the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. We finally get above the freezing mark on Thursday, 36 on Friday, partly cloudy skies, and we're pushing 47 by Sunday.
Thank you, Chris. For many, Monday was a day off as part of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, but for some volunteers at the Food Bank of Delaware and Milford, they were working to pack meal kits for children in need. This was part of the Food Bank's backpack program. It provides more than 9,000 children each week.
Martin Luther King Jr. was an advocate for people, all mankind. Of course, he fought for equality, but also helping your fellow man. And so this day of service is really all about that. How can we give back to our communities? How can we help each other as a society?
And the meal kits are distributed to 183 schools, child cares, and preschools each week.
Coming up next on CoastTV News Today, fire causes blood donation delays for the Red Cross, how the organization's reacting to the wildfires in California while still trying to serve those in need.
Temperatures in the teens through about your noontime hour, and then we'll creep above the lower 20s with a lot of cloud cover, feeling like the teens. We'll have a look at that frigid 10-day forecast after the break.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696, or visit lizardflare.com now.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is Perfect Cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Order now.
I like going to the events that are actually set up through the station that we have a connection to, a lot of the fundraising events. It's a good opportunity for me to see the good work's going on in the community and also interact with the people. When you're out and about, people are so friendly to come up to you and say hi and that they watch, and very appreciative of that. It's good that you feel like you're making an impact out there.
CoastTV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Get covered from the rain with a free CoastTV umbrella. Simply enter at CoastTVumbrella.com for a chance to win. Then catch CoastTV News weekdays to see if you've won. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Red Cross says more than 10,000 blood and platelet donations have gone uncollected in the first 2 weeks of this year due to the wildfires and severe winter weather. Now, the Red Cross says as wildfires have continued to burn, the number of blood drive cancellations has grown. And they say despite the challenges, they've seen thousands of people give blood, donate money, and contribute time, not only in Los Angeles, but all across the country.
Georgia is suspending all of its poultry activities after the state's agriculture department confirmed a case of bird flu at a commercial operation that was in Elbert County this week. This suspension means all poultry exhibits, shows, and sales in Georgia are on hold until further notice, and all commercial poultry operation within a 6-mile radius are now under quarantine, and they will undergo some testing for at least 2 weeks.
The U.S. government has expanded testing of the nation's milk supply to better track the spread of bird flu. That brings a total of 36 states since the first round of states joined in early December. With the latest expansion, testing will account for nearly 75% of the nation's milk production. The bird flu has been spreading in dairy cattle since March of last year.
Yikes. All right, 5:55 now. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day is this beautiful dog sitting on a peaceful porch. On your screen, that is Mila. Mila loves to enjoy a nice outdoors day, and Mila was submitted to us by Ron in Ocean View. I wish we had a day like today where we saw some green, Paige.
Me too. I wish I could do what Mila's doing. We want to see all your pets on Delmarva. Send us more photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special.
Scan that QR code at the top of your screen to submit your friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Alrighty, it's 5:55, almost 5:56 now. Time for a look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, we got Chris Mastrobono back with us. It's not just the cold, Chris. It's really cold.
Oh, yeah, without question. This is one of the coldest stretches we have seen so far this winter. Looking live into Salisbury, where it is 14 degrees. Dew point is 2. That's an indicator of just how bone dry it is, the atmosphere is, with this Arctic high pressure in play. Now, wind chills are going to be in the single digits here through the morning hour. We're only going to get up into the lower 20s today with a lot of cloud cover, but it's only going to feel like the teens throughout the day, so keep that in mind. And it is going to get even worse tonight as far as those wind chills are concerned. Get your forecast anytime by dialing our First Alert Weather phone, sponsored by Brockstead, Mundalis, and Federico. Now, your extended forecast shows could see a little light snow tonight at the coast, but we are going to see the temperatures finally get above the freezing mark by beginning of Thursday and Friday, Matt. And look at that, pushing 47 by Sunday.
I took note of that. Thanks, Chris. Coming up in our next hour, too cold on this Tuesday, as we've been talking about how communities are bracing for these freezing temperatures. That and more when Coast TV News Today returns.